Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to No Bullshit. Today we look back on some interesting quotes from one of my favorite writers and speakers, Christopher Hitchens. Probably most famous for his atheist speeches and books, Hitch was also very active in American politics in the 90s and 2000s. He's a true legend who was never afraid to speak his mind, and one person he particularly butted heads with was none other than Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Rodham Clinton. Now let's take a look at a recently released compilation of Hitchens going off about Hillary in a video from 1791L called Christopher Hitchens Ends Hillary Clinton.
Mrs. Clinton, what has she done for us except be the self-pitying, robotic defendant of someone who is a pathological liar, almost certainly a rapist, and, as I show in the book, a minor war criminal? All she's done is say that it's always someone else's fault.
It's always someone else's fault. That should be Hillary's campaign slogan at this point. Oh yeah, and remember when Bill Clinton lied under oath about getting a blowjob from Monica Lewinsky in the White House? I remember.
Remember Chewbacca again? Oh, I love to remember Chewbacca.
And Bill's sex with Lewinsky is just the beginning of his terrible background of womanizing and even being accused of rape. Thank you, Hitchens, for reminding me of this from your grave. Now's about the time someone on the left would say, but Bill isn't running for president. Hillary's name is on the ballot, not him. Like that makes it any better. Hillary supported Bill throughout all his philandering. She stuck with him after he cheated and embarrassed her over and over again. That doesn't sound very feminist to me, by the way. Staying with a cheating rapist? I thought the regressive left and SJWs would be appalled by this. I guess their normal outrage about rape is just a selective outrage then. Also, Hillary is a very close-knit power couple. It's a package deal, so Bill's misdeeds are definitely grounds for criticism. And his sexploits are certainly more relevant than the Trump tape, which were one private conversation Trump had 11 years ago, where he simply mentions kissing and a pussy. But oh my god, the mainstream media lost their shit about these fucking tapes. While at the same time they keep downplaying Bill lying under oath, having an affair in the Oval Office, and settling another sexual assault case out of court for over $800,000. The hypocrisy is strong in this one.
There's no question in anybody's mind that the healthcare situation in the United States is much worse than when the Clintons were elected. Probably one of the greatest single social disasters of the century.
Yep, our healthcare system is definitely fucked. Obamacare tried to fix things with minimal success. It just seems the whole system has never been able to recover since 1993, when Hillary as First Lady was put in charge of a task force to sell universal healthcare to the American people. And she blew it. Her first big government assignment was a total failure. Just like her first go at running for president in 2008. Another total failure. Let's hope that she doesn't get elected this year and fail this whole country again.
If there was some foreign policy experience or brilliance Hillary Clinton had ever shown, maybe we overlook the fact that she and her husband have never met a foreign political donor they don't like and haven't taken from the Riyadi family in Indonesia to numerous Chinese donors who left this country rather than show up for the hearings on it.
They've also taken money from Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Wall Street, Soros, Big Pharma, Big Tobacco, Big Lebowski, you name it. She apparently has no qualms dealing with criminals, degenerates, and lowlifes. I mean, look at her husband. We already went over him. But really, do we really want a president who owes all these people favors and shit? Sounds like she's desperate and doing anything she can to win this thing. If Hillary does squeak by and get elected, it's gonna be a fucking mess by the time she gets there. A vote for Hillary is a vote for World War III. Winter is coming to America. Figuratively and literally, actually.
But I don't know of any such expertise on her part, except her pretense to have been under fire in Bosnia when she had not.
Another story where Hillary got caught lying, this time about being under fire in a war zone. It's kind of like when Brian Williams got caught lying about being under fire in Iraq, except when he got caught, he was fired and almost lost his career in journalism. What happened when Hillary got caught lying in 2008? Not much. She's almost going to be president now though, so I would say she's doing pretty okay.
We all remember, or we should, that when Les Aspin had then got the Clinton administration very nearly to do something about the horror in the Balkans that belatedly the Clinton administration did decide to stop. They delayed it because Hillary said, no, don't do it. It will take away attention from my brilliant, wonderful healthcare program that we all remember so well.
So Hillary delayed military action in the Balkans to keep attention on her now failed healthcare plan. She was First Lady at the time and she made this controversial move against her husband's will. So are we really still questioning whether or not her and Bill will run things together? They already did before Hillary had any real political experience. Now we're going in with Hillary as the lead and Bill as the support. And Bill was already president for 8 years. Surely he will play a large hand in things. Needless to say, a vote for Hillary is a vote for Billary.
At least on healthcare, she knows enough about the subject to have really changed American healthcare for the worse in her time. About foreign policy, she doesn't even know that much. That's what the Secretary of State is for, and what you want as President is to know your Secretary of State spends all her time working to make sure that your policies stick. With this woman, that can't be said. She's always thinking first about herself, second about her husband.
Sounds like Hillary is just as selfish and narcissistic as Trump, yet he's the only one to get berated for it by the media over and over again. Either because the left controls the media, or Hillary is getting some sort of pussy pass on all her faults. Either way, it's fucked.
Look, this is the woman who played the race card on Barack Obama. This is the woman who, if you were for change that you can believe in, or whichever change it was, you were voting against.
I think the change part still rings true in this election. If voters want change, they have to vote against Hillary.
It must be very nerve-wracking if you're president to have a Secretary of State who you know is thinking about 4 years ahead or maybe 8, all the time. Never thinks about anything else, never has thought about anything else, except the possibility that she might one day be president of the United States. Wasn't even a team player in her own husband's administration.
Geez, Hillary wasn't a team player for Bill as a president. I can't imagine how difficult of a time Obama had dealing with her. Poor guy got her stuck in as his Secretary of State. Obama and Hillary may play nice now, but I'm sure he hates her as much as anyone else. His uninspired campaigning for her this year seems so forced and really isn't helping much.
Someone who simply cannot think about anything but her own ego, or sometimes her husband's.
As for Mrs. Clinton, look, after all she's done for us and all she's suffered on our behalf, she feels she's owed the presidency. And, who could possibly disagree?
I get that feeling from her and others too. The idea that it's her time, she deserves to be president after all her years of hard work, but I can't really think of a single positive thing she's done for this country.
Which candidate do you think you're more likely to support?
Hillary Clinton, 100%.
Like, what accomplishments would you point to as making her a good role model?
What accomplishments? Can we cut for a second?
In her 30 years in politics, she has accomplished nothing, except getting herself elected and getting herself money from shady donors. That's it. She's pretty much just a tool. I can't say I'm likely to vote for her, but I'm just some bum on YouTube. What do you guys think Hitchens would do? Vote Hillary? Well, you might think from this video there's no way Hitch would support her, but I'm willing to bet he might, especially considering his equal or perhaps greater distaste for Trump. And then there's also this other video where he kind of admits that he would vote Hillary, in the right circumstances.
I don't care who is the occupant of the White House in 2008, as long as they have made a promise to draw the line and say that bin Ladenism or its surrogates will never take power in Iraq or retake it in Afghanistan. It is possible that there could be a Democrat who would say that. And it's even possible that it would be my least favorite Democrat, Mrs. Clinton. It's possible. And that she could be held to it. In that case, I'd happily give her my vote.
So yeah, if she took the right stance on the war, Hitch would happily vote for her. Kind of contradictory to his bashing of her before, but look, Hitch is a bombastic speaker who can tear pretty much anyone apart. He gets passionate and sometimes it gets a little heated. That may make people think he hates more than he really does. I guess the point here is that speakers and commentators can critique and bash people for one thing, but still be in line with them on other things. And Hitch is too smart to say, oh, I never in a million years would vote for that woman. He knows each election has its own options and issues. Ruling out one candidate right away is silly without looking at both sides in the current political climate around the election. Think long and hard about who you guys are going to vote for this year, and think about what issues matter to you the most. Also, there's a number of other elections and referendums on the ballot this year, so I would recommend doing a little homework before you cast your votes. I got a sample ballot a couple weeks ago and it was huge, like 100 pages. I don't even know who these other elections candidates are. I'll probably just vote for the president and Prop 64 or whichever number it is that legalizes weed. Hey, it's for my glaucoma, guys. Give me a break here. Getting stoned is medicinal and it's also a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Who do you guys think Christopher Hitchens would vote for? Comment below and have a great night. Goodbye.
Hey guys, my name is Juliana and today we're going to be doing the ab challenge. We're going to do leg raises, see how many you can do as many as you can, and let's get started. Alright, so you're going to start off laying down, raise your legs.